I started in the same department, in KPL Transmission Engineering Department. And these were some of the things that we used to draw and draft back in those days. It was all big drafting tables. We had straight edges. We thought we used good penmanship, but we did have lettering guides that we used. But there was always this one template that Jeff had that I never could figure out how anybody else could find. That we used to draw curves on equipment that he drew. You know, I kind of took a liking to that, so I kept it. But this was Jeff's. This was Jeff's curve, wasn't it? That was curve.
Guilty.
Another thing, just to talk to you about how old Jeff is. And Don Swafford, this isn't Jeff's shirt. No, Jeff's shirt. It's not. Back when we started in the mapping department, we were map clerks in transmission, but across the way was a mapping department. Everything over there was in linen. Okay, we were fortunate enough to get to work on Mylar with ink, but they had everything with linen. Well, believe it or not, this is what's called a linen iron, even though it could be used to iron Jeff's shirts. This was a linen iron, and you'd always put a little patch on the linen. We had to make sure we kept the linen because that was the official record for all the maps over the mapping department, which was right across the way. So this is actually an antique, and I guess technically I stole this from the company, so, but I've got it. Another thing I found, of course, we joked around a lot outside of work. And Jeff always had this really nice piece of ground up on the very northern edge of Shawnee County. And we used to go up there and hang out sometimes, and we've done a lot of things up there. Drank a few beers, done some fishing, took the Odyssey. But Jeff had this desire to want to start an RV park up on his property. And he wanted to start a hauling business too. So I found this old sign that he created, and it says McKee Hauling and RV Park, Route 1, Hoyt, Kansas. RV Park grand opening March 25th, 1994. It describes the location. There's family discounts. For more information, call day or night, ask for Jeff or Kathy. Well, that says closed on the first weekend of May due to National Dwarf Members Reunion. Call 246-CAMP. That's a real deal, man. I'm not making this up. And here's the reservation list. This is very exciting. For some reason, it never took off. I don't know why. It never took off.
Hall of Fame.
A lot of stories. Great worker. Again, between softball, bowling, summer parties, rodeos.
Ice hockey.
Huh?
Ice hockey.
Yeah, you name it. We did it. A couple things I wrote down here because I think it's kind of funny. The year he started, and a lot of people aren't even going to know who these people are. Sam Yassine became an American citizen the year we started, if you remember Sam. Bill Wall was the CEO. Dick LeGray was Western Regional VP. Derek Miller was Senior VP Electric Operations. They just completed Jeffrey Unit 2 in 1980. I'm trying to look. Lee Brunton, he was Manager of Production Engineering and System Operations. I don't know if you guys remember May 31st, we had a really big storm that hit the transmission system really hard that year. Of course, Bill Wall was the CEO. Believe it or not, that year, Bill Wall was one of the leading people in the country to co-sponsor a solar conference in 1980, believe it or not. Ron Keither, Senior VP Electric Operations. June 27th, all-time peak in 1980 is 16,540,000 kilowatts. Let's see, what else do I got on here? We always loved doing the annual softball tournament. In 1980, they just had the second annual softball tournament. And for those that have been around long enough, that started out as a very small deal and became a huge deal. The year we took 5th place, there were 34 men's teams in that tournament. That was the highest we ever got in the rankings. But anyways, a lot of interesting stuff that happened back then. So I've got one other, back in the day, we used to keep track, we were hourly, so we used to keep track of what we did every day because we had to log our time. So I got a note here from him the day after Christmas in 1980, okay? I had left to go to Wisconsin. I don't know how many remember Dale Luthi. He was in charge of the engineering group at the time. So 12/26/80, 8 o'clock, everything seems okay. It's me, Dale, and Tony. Now, there aren't many people that remember Tony Mamer, but he was an interesting character. He didn't stay with us very long. 9 o'clock, went on break. Of course, in the GO, everybody took a 15-minute morning and afternoon break back in those days on the 4th floor. It says, Tony grossed me out by sniffing the pitcher of water. 9:30, Tony eating bites of candy and putting them back in the box. I'm getting sick. 9:45, Sam came in. I had to get away for lunch. 2:30 break, Tony drove me nuts with his wild-ass peon stories. Help me. Thank God at 4:15 he went to the bathroom with his paperback. 4:30 went in to take a piss and Tony's still reading. I can't make this stuff up. 4:50, where is Tony? Who knows, haven't seen him. Oops, here he comes, just walked in with the book in his back pocket. Well, goodbye, I'm leaving for the funny farm. Jeffy, son of Jeffy. All right, enough about that. I got, you want to come on up here? I got a little, with the help of a couple of people, I managed to put together a couple of photographs. So I'm going to let